The modern poultry industry has condemned us to an alarming dependence on industrial meat birds. These commercial hybrids, widely known as broilers, grow at an unnatural speed but hide a dark secret. They are genetically unviable for natural reproduction on our farms. If you attempt to breed them, you will face heart failure, structural collapse, and zero fertility, keeping you forever chained to purchasing new chicks from corporate hatcheries. Today we are going to break those chains entirely. A definitive solution exists to achieve true food sovereignty, and it relies on the strategic use of Standard Cornish genetics. By mastering the art of hybridization at home, you can create extraordinary birds that offer an abundant yield of dense meat alongside a steady supply of premium-grade eggs. In this masterclass, we will unveil the 6 best crosses utilizing the imposing Cornish base. We will teach you exactly how to select your breeding stock and what outcomes to expect. Get ready to transform your coop into a self-sufficient, vigorous production engine completely independent of the traditional commercial system we all know today. Let's begin. To understand the true potential of these 6 crosses, we first need to analyze the Cornish breed's DNA. Originating in England from fighting breeds like the Asil and Malay, it possesses an unprecedented skeletal and muscular conformation. On a genetic level, this breed presents 4 main varieties. Dark Cornish featuring a double-laced pattern, white, white-laced red, and black. To accurately project the results of the crosses in this video, we will base our parameters on the use of the most common variety, the Dark Cornish. Its defining characteristic is an extremely broad breast, supported by strong legs designed to carry a dense musculature. Its tight feathering makes it look lighter, surprising any seasoned producer with a weight that feels solid as a rock. The temperament is active and highly predictable. However, this hypertrophy comes at a biological cost. The hens are deficient layers, producing a mere 80 to 100 eggs annually. This low yield, alongside natural fertility issues caused by the male's immense width, makes maintaining the pure line challenging. This is where strategic hybridization steps in, using this astonishing vigor to elevate other maternal lines. The golden rule lies in sex selection. By using a Cornish flock sire over hens of another breed, the objective is to maximize the immense volume of meat. This route creates exceptional table birds but requires females with a robust bone structure, since the massive weight of the Cornish rooster, which can easily exceed 10 pounds, would cause severe injuries to lighter hens during mating. On the contrary, utilizing an agile foundation rooster of another breed over Cornish hens allows us to substantially improve fertility or early development. A lighter rooster will effortlessly fertilize the wide Cornish hens with absolutely no risk of physical damage. This initial decision ultimately dictates the resounding success of your breeding season. With this solid scientific foundation established, we will now analyze the genetic combinations that will revolutionize your farm. Number 1. The perfect balance, cross of Cornish with Rhode Island Red. Globally acclaimed for its astonishing capacity to maintain uninterrupted egg production under adverse weather conditions, the Rhode Island Red breed stands as a fundamental pillar in poultry history. When we fuse the unsurpassed laying genetics of the Rhode Island maternal base with the muscular framework of the Dark Cornish male, we obtain a spectacular hybrid that embodies the true meaning of dual purpose. The pullets reach their point of lay with remarkable promptness, breaking into lay between 20 and 22 weeks of age. In their adult stage, these hybrids present a formidable weight. The males easily surpass 8.5 pounds, while the females stabilize around 6.5 pounds. Their growth rate is medium fast, comfortably outpacing pure heritage breeds without suffering from the metabolic nightmares of commercial meat birds. The broodiness instinct is moderate, with occasional episodes of going broody that don't severely interrupt egg collection. In terms of laying, you can project an excellent output hovering around 220 large-sized eggs annually, featuring a dark brown calcium-rich shell. Their temperament is exceptionally balanced, combining the docility of the Rhode Island with the active confidence of the Cornish, which greatly facilitates daily management for any experienced farmer. The feed conversion is highly efficient, utilizing every ounce of commercial rations to pack on dense muscle or produce premium-grade eggs. Physically, the offspring inherit a beautiful dark red plumage, occasionally speckled with bright flashes, showcasing brilliant yellow skin and a broad rectilinear body structure that clearly denotes their capacity to store meat. At this point, we must explicitly specify that they will inherit the P-comb, as this Cornish gene is completely dominant over the single comb of the other breeds, serving as a vital physical trait to protect them from frostbite in colder climates. Number 2. The Rustic Giant, cross of Cornish with barred Plymouth Rock. Historically conceived as the ultimate answer to the demands of early homesteaders, the majestic barred Plymouth Rock stands out for its extreme hardiness, colossal size, and relentless ability to forage in open pastures. By executing the cross with an imposing Dark Cornish flock sire, we spark an explosion of hybrid vigor that gives rise to a bird of astonishing dimensions. The females reach sexual maturity around 22 weeks, preparing themselves for a robust productive phase. In terms of body weight, these animals are authentic titans. The roosters can dominate the yard by easily exceeding 9.3 pounds, and the hens comfortably reach 7 pounds. Their growth rate is exceptionally fast, achieving harvest weights in a highly competitive time frame for self-sufficient homesteads. The broodiness instinct is notably low, which guarantees a consistent egg collection without prolonged pauses, yielding a respectable annual production of about 200 brown-tinted eggs. Their temperament is docile yet imposing, exhibiting a calm presence that isn't easily startled or stressed. They possess an excellent feed conversion ratio, constantly transforming grain rations into pure muscular gain. Physically, this hybrid showcases a fascinating dark barred or tiger-striped plumage that provides excellent aerial camouflage against predators, contrasting sharply against intensely yellow skin. They develop incredibly thick legs and a round, forward-projecting breast that clearly evidences their overwhelming meat lineage. Just as Mendelian laws dictate for these specific pairings, the offspring will invariably sport the compact pea-comb, reaffirming once again that this genetic trait from the Cornish dominates over the single comb of the maternal lines involved. Number 3. The Heritage Broiler, cross of Cornish with Delaware. Considered a genetic treasure that dominated the meat industry long before the arrival of modern industrial birds, the Delaware breed is celebrated for its rapid feathering, excellent conformation, and brilliant white plumage. By crossing a Delaware maternal line with a powerful Dark Cornish foundation rooster, we replicate the golden formula of original meat poultry, creating a hybrid that directly competes with commercial standards without ever sacrificing reproductive viability. These birds hit their point of lay with rapidity, breaking into lay early, generally between 18 and 20 weeks of age, which significantly accelerates the return on investment in your breeding cycle. The adult weight of this cross is truly monumental. The males can hit exactly 8.8 pounds with astonishing ease, while the females firmly consolidate around 6.6 pounds. Their growth rate is the absolute fastest on this list, developing a wide bone structure and dense musculature in record time. The broodiness instinct has been almost entirely suppressed, meaning the hens will rarely interrupt their laying cycle, offering a highly reliable output of roughly 210 jumbo eggs per year. They maintain a tranquil and peaceful temperament, tolerating confinement well but thriving spectacularly in rotational pasture systems. Their feed conversion is astonishingly efficient, maximizing every portion of protein consumed from your formulated rations. Physically, this cross generates birds of an immaculate white color, featuring a subtle black barred pattern confined exclusively to the neck and tail feathers, contrasting with brilliant yellow skin and sporting a pectoral musculature so prominent that it defines the standard of excellence for any serious producer. To complete their majestic appearance, you must keep in mind that they will obligatorily inherit the pea comb, proving once more that this Cornish gene remains overwhelmingly dominant over the single comb found in the other heavy breeds on your farm. Number 4. The Gourmet and Cold Climate Option, cross of Cornish with Orpington. Developed in England during the late 19th century, the Orpington breed is revered for its loose plumage that insulates it from freezing winters and offers exceptionally tender meat. By combining the hardiness of the Orpington maternal base with the muscular architecture of the Dark Cornish male, any seasoned producer obtains a hybrid of culinary quality worthy of high-end kitchens. Sexual maturity is slightly delayed, hitting the point of lay around 24 weeks. Upon reaching full weight, the males become imposing birds approaching 8.8 pounds, while females sit comfortably around 6.6 pounds. Their growth rate is medium, requiring more time to fill their bone chassis with premium meat. Broodiness is high, inherited directly from the maternal line, turning these hens into dedicated mothers if allowed to hatch natural clutches. Egg production is moderate, providing an estimated 160 to 180 eggs with a beautiful light brown hue. Regarding their temperament, they are extremely docile and friendly birds, making daily management incredibly easy. Feed conversion is fair. Although they require a larger volume of commercial feed to maintain their immense body, they reward every ounce with unmatched flavor. Physically, the result is a bird with a voluminous appearance, covered in dense plumage varying between black, blue, or buff depending on the maternal line. This stunning coloration stands out over white skin and a deeply wide body structure that withstands sub-zero temperatures. As an inescapable genetic detail, these birds obligatorily inherit the robust pea comb, demonstrating that this specific trait from the Cornish dominates over the single comb of the Orpington, adding crucial protection against frostbite. Number 5. Quality Skin and Finesse, cross of Cornish with Light Sussex. Considered a pillar in British agrarian history, the Light Sussex breed was originally praised for its ability to provide abundant winter eggs alongside carcasses of spectacular finesse. By crossing a Sussex maternal line with our Dark Cornish foundation rooster, we generate a superior performance bird that effortlessly maintains the tasting qualities demanded by artisan markets. These birds reach sexual maturity in an optimal time frame, initiating lay around 22 weeks. The weight perfectly reflects their dual-purpose vocation. Males achieve an imposing 8.4 pounds, while females reach 6.2 pounds. They present a medium-fast growth rate, developing well-distributed musculature along their spacious keelbone. They possess moderate broodiness, showing a willingness to go broody during spring without drastically reducing their utility. They offer a generous egg production, reaching 200 eggs per year with a tinted shell. Their temperament is highly alert yet manageable, standing out as active foragers that tirelessly patrol the pasture looking for protein. They have an excellent feed conversion ratio, especially if raised in rotational grazing systems where they complement their natural diet. Physically, this cross is a visual masterpiece, frequently inheriting the majestic Colombian pattern, characterized by a white body beautifully accented by black feathers on the neck and tail. Everything stands out over exquisite white skin and a deep, rectangular body structure, ensuring long fillets with unmistakable flavor. In this magnificent cross, we also confirm the Mendelian rule of the head. The offspring invariably sport the small and compact pea comb, manifesting the dominant gene of the Cornish over the single comb of their Sussex mothers. Number 6. The hybrid of agility and constant production, cross of Leghorn with Cornish. Originating from the Mediterranean coasts of Italy, the Leghorn breed is the champion of world poultry production, famous for its accelerated metabolism and unmatched ability to lay white eggs incessantly. For this particular cross, we reverse the genetic equation. We utilize a Leghorn rooster over a Dark Cornish hen. This technical decision is crucial because a massive Cornish male would literally crush a fragile Leghorn hen during copulation. By using the agile flock sire, we guarantee immensely high fertility while completely protecting our heavy mothers. The offspring break into lay at breakneck speed, reaching sexual maturity between 18 and 20 weeks. The weight moderates considerably. Males weigh about 5.5 pounds, and females hover exactly around 4.4 pounds. They have a very fast growth rate initially, stalling much earlier than purely meat-oriented crosses. Broodiness is absolutely zero, eradicated by the Italian genetics. Egg production is outstanding, effortlessly surpassing 250 large-sized eggs annually. Their temperament is undoubtedly the most active on this list. They are nervous, hyperactive birds, highly alert to aerial predators, possessing an enormous capacity for evasive flight. Their feed conversion is extraordinarily efficient when oriented toward egg production, consuming less total volume of formulated rations than heavier relatives. Physically, they develop a tight plumage that mixes exciting patterns depending on the exact color of the father, incredibly intense yellow skin, and an aerodynamic body structure that, surprisingly, hides a breast much fleshier than that of a pure Leghorn, providing an excellent table bird at the end of its laying cycle. Maintaining the strict genetic consistency of our previous crosses, these birds inherit the pea comb from their heavy mother, modifying the Leghorn's enormous single comb into a compact version glued to the head. The resounding success of these masterful crosses is no coincidence, but the direct result of applying advanced biological principles right in your own backyard. The true engine that drives the superior performance of these animals is a genetic phenomenon known as heterosis, or hybrid vigor. When we cross two genetically distant and pure lines, such as the robust Dark Cornish and any heritage maternal base, the offspring in the very first generation immediately exhibit physical, immunological, and productive qualities that vastly exceed the direct average of their parents. This biological explosion of vitality translates into much higher survival rates against endemic diseases, a drastically more efficient feed conversion, and unparalleled hardiness in the face of severe thermal fluctuations. However, as an experienced farmer, you must thoroughly understand an unbreakable rule of breeding genetics. The supreme benefit is exclusively confined to this first filial generation, technically known in the records as the F1 generation. If you make the grave mistake of crossing these F1 offspring with each other in an attempt to create an F2 generation to save money, you will immediately face the ruthless reality of Mendelian segregation. That highly valuable hybrid vigor will collapse spectacularly, and you will observe an extreme lack of uniformity in your production flock. Some chicks will be born huge but burdened with severe joint problems, others will turn out tiny, slow-growing, and bony, making the profitability of your farm totally unpredictable. Therefore, your comprehensive flock replacement strategy must focus intensely on keeping your pure breeders in strictly separate pens, performing the master cross every new season to obtain that coveted F1 generation, destined exclusively for production and direct consumption. Regarding management and feeding recommendations for these biological marvels, you must meticulously adjust your nutritional protocols to accompany their rapid structural development. During the initial brooding phase, it is absolutely imperative to supply high-quality formulated rations with a protein level firmly oscillating between 20 and 22%. This crucial step guarantees the solid formation of a skeletal base genuinely capable of supporting the massive muscular addition that comes later. Furthermore, managing the exact weight of your pure Cornish breeders is utterly critical to the overall success of the breeding program. You must calorically restrict both your foundation roosters and pure hens before the reproductive season begins, heavily incentivizing constant foraging. This strict discipline prevents abdominal obesity from completely destroying their natural fertility rates, keeping your breeding pens highly active, fiercely healthy, and consistently productive. Mastering the art of breeding genetics on your own land is the definitive step to break the cycle of dependence and achieve true food sovereignty. Throughout this masterclass, we have analyzed exactly how the robust genetics of the Cornish breed can completely transform your production framework. Depending on your specific goals, you can choose the supreme balance of the Rhode Island Red, rely on the immense volume of the barred Plymouth Rock or the Delaware, seek the undeniable gourmet finesse of the Orpington and the Sussex, or harness the unmatched laying speed of the Leghorn. These strategic selections provide you with precise tools to design the perfect flock, guaranteeing meat of the highest quality and an uninterrupted supply of fresh eggs. Now it is time to apply this technical knowledge right in your own coops. Which of these 6 crosses would you breed on your farm to supercharge your production system? Please leave your valuable answer in the comments down below. I cordially invite you to subscribe and leave a like. To your success, fellow breeder. Until next time.